I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to be a happy or fun video. This will probably not be one that I expect many people will actually wish to watch. And I don't really care. I just want to talk about this. So I'm going to, for people who have been watching for a while and who actually care, or know me in real life, whatever, you know that my sister has been going through what we in the family call hard times, because we don't want to call it what it really is. She's having a hard time right now. She's struggling a lot right now. And I guess that's true if you want to look at it that way. But anyway, I had a dream last night about my sister, and I dreamed that she called me and she was crying and saying how sad she was and how she felt she had ruined her life and she just wanted to go back in time and redo things. And it's a ridiculous dream. It's a dream I wish was reality. I wish my sister would call me and say those things, and that I could, I don't know, yet again go help her and rescue her and set her back on her feet and dust her off. Give her a place to land until she goes back and does the same things all over again. But it's not going to happen. My sister hasn't spoken to me since December. I haven't received a message from her since December, and the last message I received wasn't anything meaningful. It was a request for a recipe, which I provided to her. And the last time I saw her in November, she looked like an animated corpse. She was incredibly thin and weak. She wasn't my sister. She didn't want to spend time with me. We didn't talk. We weren't sisters. I mean, we weren't sisters. Our definition of sisters, of course, we were still blood-related sisters. Of course, she was still my sibling, but she wasn't my sister in the way that she has been for the last, 26 years? 27 years? She wasn't my sister anymore. She's turned into someone alien and foreign, and I miss her terribly, and I wish I could help her in some way, and I wish there was some way to shake her and be like, do you see what you've done to yourself? Do you see what you've done to your life, to your children's life? But, I mean, how do you get through to someone? She didn't listen at all, and I can sort of understand. Like, when I met her husband, back when he was her friend, before they were even dating, I never would have looked at him and thought, that man is going to ruin my sister's life. He's the doom, he's her downfall. I never would have thought that. He was a handsome, well-respected, charming guy, and yeah, I thought he bragged a little bit much. I thought he had terrible taste in music, but that was about it. Like, otherwise, I didn't have any problems with him. He was kind to my son. When he started dating my sister, it was obvious he was deeply in love with my sister. He cared for her a great deal. Back then, he had a wonderful job. They lived in a very nice condo, which my sister decorated immaculately, and she was such a perfect little housewife for him. And how could I know? How could anyone know that he would have a back injury and get addicted to prescription drugs and cycle down from there? How could anyone know that? No one knew. Like, she didn't even know for the first year they were married, pretty much. She didn't know. It just happened. It could happen to anyone. And now apparently my sister has followed him down that route, and they're living a life together, doing things that make no sense to me, that have cost them so much. She lives in absolute poverty. She's lost custody of her children and affected my life and the lives of my family members and her friends. And that's what addiction does to a person, even tangentially, because she wasn't the one who had the problem for so many years. She wasn't the one who had the problem, but now apparently she is, and this is who she is now. This is the life she leads now, and there's nothing I can do about it. She's not going to call me in the middle of the night crying. I'm never going to receive a call like that again. I'm never going to hear, "Can you please come get me?" again from my sister. We won't watch Pride and Prejudice together. We won't sing silly songs together. It's like my sister's dead. But she's not. She's happy, I guess. I don't know. How can you determine if somebody's happy or not? She's living the life that she wants to live. She's with him, and they're doing whatever they're doing without their children, making terrible choices. How do you can't fix something that doesn't want to be fixed. You can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved. All you can do is throw time and resources at something and watch them devour all of your things whole. I just can't even recount how many things, just physical things, I have given to my sister in an attempt to help her. How many times I have restocked her pantry, how many times I have given her things to help her start over again, how many times we went and rescued her and brought her home, only to have her go back to him after 3 or 4 months or 6 months, or he completes a NA program, so he says he's good, and then she's back, and then it's terrible, and it's just a cycle. And she's not even reaching out anymore, because I think she knows she's hit her limit with everyone. But that's even worse, because now, before at least, she could come home, and we could fatten her up and tend to her. But now that's not even an option. She's just gone. My poor sister. I always think, how did this happen? You hear about it happening in other families, to other people, different sorts of people. It doesn't happen in a family like mine, except that it does. My family's no exception. And my sister is smart and lovely and charismatic. People like my sister. She's very pretty. At least she was. Last time I saw her, like I said, she looked like the sort of person you would cross the road to avoid. She was like that really skinny, clearly walking. She just walked in a way that made your bones ache. She didn't look healthy. But before this, she was one of those charmed, pretty people that everyone likes, whose life is always slightly easier because of that. I don't know. I was so sad when I woke up. I was so sad, because in the dream she wanted to come home, and we could fix her, or at least help her. And I woke up and I realized that's never gonna happen. She's never gonna call me. I'm never gonna get that call at 2 in the morning saying, "Please help." And what's horrible is, if she did give me that call at 2 in the morning, if she did call, I would hesitate. If I did receive a phone call from her being like, "Sister, I'm sorry, can you please come save me?" I would probably hesitate. I wouldn't be able to freely give. I wouldn't say, "Of course I'm coming right now," like I would have a year ago. I might say, "I'll pay for you to go to a rehab program," but I wouldn't say, "You can come home to my house and stay." And that's devastating. It breaks my heart in ways I can't even explain. I've lost something. I've lost a piece of my heart. I can't respond with compassion to my sister anymore. That's all there is to it. Like I said, not a particularly thrilling subject matter. I don't anticipate anyone actually making it through this entire video, but it's been weighing heavy on my mind today. Weighs heavy on my mind every day. I guess that's life when you're dealing with someone with an addiction.